I could go out, finish training, come back home, and then take my family and go for a walk where I could be a normal person. If I couldn't do that in Parma, I couldn't do that in Naples.
Can I have a huge round of applause for Gianfranco Zola, please? Yeah. He had some good times at Napoli. You were meant to fill Maradona's boots, and he spoke very highly of you.
Possible.
Yeah, he spoke very highly of you, though.
He did.
How did that feel for you as a young man? How old are you then? How old are you then?
I was 20, when I went the first time, I was 22.
22.
22 and a half, yes. And yes, he spoke very highly about me, and I've been always very grateful for that because, he set me up. I used to cut all of them because in those years you didn't have your own shirt. It was number 16, number 10. So 1 week it was for you, 1 week was for Maradona, for example. Number 10 it was always for Maradona.
Yeah.
So I need to cut all the time because it was they were
pre-match?
Before the match.
So you have some scissors on you. So boots,
a pair of
socks,
scissors, and I was always cutting them.
Wow.
Imagine for me it was I need to cut up something.
You moved on to Parma.
Yes.
Another iconic Italian club. How was your time there at the Parmalat?
Well, it was very good, very successful. I always said that probably in Parma, the second year I played my best football. My performance level went very high. I changed a little bit my position. I went from an offensive midfielder as I was in Naples, and I turned up to be a striker, second striker.
Yeah.
And it was good. The Parma team used to play very, very good football.
And this shirt, it says here, Finale Coppa UEFA.
Yes.
95. I don't say that in Italian.
We beat Juventus in the final.
How did that feel to win a European Cup?
It was amazing because in those years also, you have to understand, in those years the UEFA Cup was by miles the stronger competition. It was stronger than the Champions League.
Yeah, and then we got the shirt here. We've gone for the, I don't know, what do you feel about the shoelaces on the collar? Have you ever been a fan of that, or?
I remember this was because in the old days, one of the first shirts, or maybe the first shirt for Parma was with these laces. And so that's why they tried to replicate the first Parma shirts of the history. So that's why they did it like that.
Did you like it though personally, style-wise?
It's not bad looking at it. It's okay. As I said, when you're wearing it, it's not the best.
You moved from Parma, a legendary club, and then you come over here to England, the United Kingdom. It's a bit colder. The food maybe not as good, but we have some good dishes as well. And you had a great time.
I always said that it was the best place, the best stadium to play football. Liverpool, Manchester United, amazing atmosphere. Also Newcastle, great, but Liverpool was a different class.
How did you shift into living in the United Kingdom from living in Italy? How did you find the change hard, or was it an easy shift? Or?
No, actually, we really enjoyed it. I think not only me, but the whole family, we really loved it. We still live over here, so it means that we really like it. It was good. It was at the beginning. It was tough with the culture, the language, maybe the food, but then we adapted quite well.
And what's your maybe favourite part about living in London and the UK? Do you have any secret places you go to, or something that you could recommend us to try out?
What I particularly enjoy it was that I could have my life. I could go out. Finish training, come back home, and then take my family and go for a walk where I could be a normal person. If I couldn't do that in Parma, I couldn't do that in Naples.
Yeah.
Because people,
the ultras,
get on you, and they wouldn't allow you to live your own normal life.
Chelsea had some iconic shirts, I'd say, in this period. As a shirt connoisseur myself, I definitely appreciate the Auto Glass was an iconic one. I mean, sponsor-wise, I know shirts by sponsors. I don't know how you guys are, Well, you had the Autoglass, you had the Coors beers, Coors beers, and you had also the Fire Emirates then.
That was towards the end.
Yeah, and the badge changed, it seems, what, 3 times here? Have you got a favourite Chelsea top of yours that you want? You've got some more here, and you've got some more on pretty much all of them on the wall. Is there a favourite moment, a favourite shirt, a favourite goal?
I think you know, they were very good, of course, but I think the shirt of the first year was in my opinion the best one, because it was the first year.
So you're going for your first one you wore. You enjoyed your time at Chelsea. You played with some absolutely fantastic players. Did you have someone that you really got along with in the club, or like a nice friendship, or someone that really warmed to you?
Friendship, I think from that year we all have a fantastic connection, friendship.
Yeah, good Wi-Fi.
You cannot achieve good results if there is not a good bond between the players. There was a really strong bond, and with Roberto Di Matteo, con Dennis Wise, with Gaspoyer, so many other, Eddie Newton, so Carlo Cudicini. We really are all connected to each other. And I said that we really experienced something, in my opinion, something special, and we all remember that.
Since you played at Chelsea, no one has worn the 25. Just so you know, that's what I've heard, Wikipedia. No one's worn it. Have they retired that number, or is it just out of respect to your smile?
I think the club retired that number.
It's like in the NBA when they put the numbers up.
They put, I don't know.
Yeah. How does that feel for you that you're kind of loved so much at the club?
I tell you, in a way, I am obviously pleased, because it's a great honor for me to a club like Chelsea retires my shirt. I am flattered about that, and I'm very honest. In another way, I say, well, maybe I would have want somebody else to wear that shirt and bring it on the pitch again, and it would have been nice.
Yeah.
It's a kind of mixed feeling.
Why 25 though? Did you have a say in picking 25, or was that more like just a random?
No, I think decision? I mean when I first came, there were I think 2 or 3 options that they offered to me. One was the number 21, and I said, you can keep it, because the last previous times that I had that I wore that number was the '94 World Cup in America. I played 9 minutes in that World Cup, and then I was sent off by the referee. So that was my first one, and the second one was it was in Euro '96 when I missed the penalty against Germany, and we got out. So it was number 21 or number 27, 25. And I said, I don't want number 21. At the end of the season, I did try to change my shirt to the number 10 again.
Okay.
But in that moment was the number 10 was it belonged to Mark Hughes.
Oh.
So somebody tell me, I mean, you should go and ask him, I'm sure he does. So I went to ask him gently. I said, Mark, look.
Can I have 10?
I have this request. I mean, for me, it's very important. We have a great partnership. So would it be okay for you to change to give me your number 10, because it's important for me? And he said, Gianfranco, can you just fuck off?
Mark Hughes. Man of the people. We kind of spoke a lot about Italy. Do you have a favourite Italy shirt, perhaps? Playing for your country is probably one of the biggest honours anyone can have.
I think I always said, and I keep and I stay with the same opinion. I mean, for me, playing for the country is the highest achievement that somebody can do. For me, it's always been like that.
Yeah.
So I think I don't know. I don't remember the first one. Maybe this is it might be the first one.
Okay.
And it's when I played my first game, and it was in Genova.
Nike and Italy really had a good collaboration, I'd say. Yeah. Like that is a madness. It looks like the Mexico one, the Mexican Aztec kind of god. It's incredible. You guys have always been kind of like style icons. you know, the Italians.
Yeah,
Style, the swagger on the pitch, Materazzi, Nesta, you know, with the long hair. There's a certain...
Materazzi, Nesta were later.
Yeah.
For me it was Maldini,
Maldini,
Baresi,
even better, wow.
Costa Curta, Baggio.
Costa Curta, what a name. Baggio. He was cool, right?
He was.
Wasn't Baggio like a Buddhist?
He is, yes.
He's still a Buddhist?
He is.
So would you say he was always a bit different to everyone else in the team?
No. It was, you know, it was normal, but it was difficult because sometimes we shared the room, and I used to wake up at 7 o'clock and I used to hear him in the room. Oh! I said,
that's incredible.
Is anybody there?
Where have you been recently? Because I know you were 18, 19, you were at Chelsea,
yes.
Assistant manager. What's been happening recently with you? Where have you been at?
Not much really, because I decided to stay a little bit away from football.
Gap year? Gap 6 months?
I don't know whether it's going to be a year, but there's been a little gap. And, just dedicating myself to other things. Last year has been a long and in a way also successful, but also very stressful season. So
Sarri's a character.
It's more than that.
Yeah.
There is a story. This is the key of my car, and the very first day I turned up to the training ground with a car, which was the first day I was driving the car. It was brand new. So we had to go from Coban to Stamford Bridge to the hotel,
yes.
Chelsea Harbour. Okay, and in the insurance, I have that I cannot smoke inside the car.
Oh.
So I said that to Sarri. I said, look, Maurizio, I have a brand new car. My insurance company forbidden me to smoke or to. Please just be respectful of that. So we step in, we drive, and exactly 45 seconds later, forgotten everything and you smoke. You smoke a pack of cigarettes in 40 minutes of the...
Wow.
I've taken up way too much of your time. Thank you very much. Gianfranco!